There is no more retirement. Many Americans are going back to work, according to this article in Yahoo. Um, Retirees are heading back to work amid soaring inflation. And then they got this guy right here from a classic scene. Unretirement, or the act of going back to work after retiring, isn't just for young bucks like Tom Brady. Is that how you spell bucks? Buccs? I don't think so. Oh boy. So we're already off to a bad start. Sierra Lewis. I call her St. Louis. About 3.2% of workers, or almost 2 million people who retired a year ago, are rejoining the workforce. John Tarnoff says unretirement is an underreported phenomenon, has been going on for years. The costs of living were going up before the pandemic or the current inflationary cycle. Costs are rising. Fixed incomes are no longer good for people. Social Security is under threat. And Tarnoff goes on to say retirement is a misnomer. I think older workers are going to get caught in a tight squeeze because they don't have the income to keep up with inflation. He adds that plenty of older workers may have been pushed out of the workforce during the pandemic, but they didn't voluntarily choose to retire. Actually, pretty interesting. I was talking to a client of mine. Man, we've been working together since 2010. He has great people up in Colorado. She's quite a bit younger than her hubby. But anyway, she goes, Josh, when are you going to retire? I said, man, her name's Karen. I said, Karen, I don't really consider this work. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably stop taking new clients here in another year or so and just deal with, people like Karen and her husband. Because, just $500 a year for an annual review when you see it. And it's like, that's easy. It's fun talking to these people, getting just hearing how their lives are going on. She's working on a book. They got some rental real estate. It's just fun to kind of keep interactive with people that you developed a friendship with. I enjoy that. And I can make a little bit of money on the side. It's freaking awesome, dudes. So the idea that I'm not going to be sitting around the shuffleboard, I'll tell you that right now, I'm too hyper, man. I can't do that. Most of you aren't going to be sitting around there. I don't think anyone does. You might go on cruises and stuff, but you're probably going to do something. Anyway, so for me, I said, even if I didn't do this, I still work. I like gardening, so I still work at like a nursery, helping people learn how to plant strawberries and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And all the negative Nellies. Hold on a second, Finney. All the negative Nellies are going to say, oh, that's not retirement. If you're working a part-time job, you're not retired. It's like, what is retirement there, guy? Well, retirement is being able to sit around and do the shuffleboard and watch Fox News and comment on how bad the politics are. No one wants to do that crap. If you want to do something, if you can work at the library volunteer, but you're not retired. See, isn't that weird? They'll say you're not retired if you work in a part-time job. But if you go work at the library for a volunteer, or go to the NICU, neonatal intensive care unit, to hold little babies in your arms because their moms are crackheads and the babies need love, that's not retirement too? Well, that's retirement because you're not working to get paid. But if I get paid, then inherently I'm not retired. That whole thing's stupid. So many naysayers out there. And people say that. I doubt they'll say on this video because I've forewarned people about that. But in other videos, they say, oh, if you get a part-time job, you're not retired. I said, that's not the issue. The issue is are doing what you want to do with your time. And if you get paid for it, that's freaking awesome. So let's say I get paid $10 an hour working in a nursery. And I get the vitamin D. I get to meet people, interact with people, show them how to do stuff for gardening. And that's freaking, is I retired? I would consider myself, yes. I'm not commuting to Buckhead, not working some stupid, crappy old job. I mean, it's just, no one wants to do. I mean, people want to live their life as they see fit. If that means getting a part-time job and making some money, so be it. And my nose itches. Pablo, you should see all the, oh boy, the hair. All right. The average income for households where at least one person is 65 was just over 44,000 in 2017, according to the most recent data from the U.S. Census Bureau. Social Security typically makes up the highest proportion of that income. So remember, we know the CPS, the current population survey that the Census Bureau uses is jacked. We know that. So I doubt this significantly is spot on, especially from 2017, because we know it's. Let me show what I'm talking about. I'm going to itch my nose again. Man, it doesn't itch until I start doing videos. So let's see what they say here. Current population. Yes, a current population survey. Exactly right. So, about the survey, let's see if this is 2017. Yep. He says, Sibsall's leading source of data and economic well-being for okay, I'm not, let's see. The report examines older houses' sources of income. The report focuses on subsidized income. SSI, no one has that. Social Security, pensions, and retirement accounts. And that's the issue. Pensions and retirement accounts. What retirement accounts? Is it mandatory or is it just when I want to take it out? That's where the CPS screwed up. And even Social Security Administration says, yeah, we don't trust the numbers essentially, so we're no longer going to use that. Property income, earnings, and other income. What is other income? I don't know. You tell me. Let's take a look here. Just read what they say about their pensions, the income from pensions and retirement accounts. We got 2 footnotes. The estimates in this report are based on responses from a sample of the population and may differ from the actual values because of sampling variability and other factors. As a result, apparent differences between the estimates for 2 or more groups may not be statistically significant. All comparative statements have undergone statistical testing and are significant than 90% confidence unless otherwise indicated. Okay, so I've done videos on this. Maybe I'll find it and a link to it in the show notes here, where I can show you why we can't use a CPS simply because they don't have the numbers correct. This is crazy. The other aspect too. Finally, while most income of older adults comes from the 5 categories described above, there are many other potential sources. This other income includes veterans payments, various program income sources, unemployment, workers' comp, whatever, and cash income such as gifts from family, friend, or friends. Yeah, I'm sure that's being reported. So let's just show you the equivalent. This is the income decile. Sorry, it's the 10%. So 10% of the first. The mean income is the average. So here's we'll just say right here is the 8th most wealthy decile. All right, and their mean income, that's average for that decile, is $56,000, of which $15,000 is from pension and retirement accounts. Now, and so we see there's I can't see, what is that right there? Let's take a look. I can't tell if it's a 1 or a 3. What does that say? It says 1. All right, cool. And then we got, includes retirement, disability, survivor, life insurance, and annuity income. So what is retirement income? Is that when I go into my retirement account, take $15,000 out? No. It's mandatory distributions or annuity distributions or pensions. So if a lot of these people still, because they're over 65, that means they're 15 years older than me, that means many of them still have pensions. You're telling me that of all the 15,000, a good amount is going to come from pensions. Not very much has come from IRAs, is it? Does that make any sense? The whole point is it's not being reported. And that's what we know. We know the IRA distributions, unless it's mandatory, aren't being reported in these numbers. This is from 2017. So let me just show you again. So this is my video I did back in 2019, which I reposted in 2022, which I'll put a link in the show notes here. Social Security Administration admits defeat. So this is from 2019. What is the CPS numbers, or I don't even know if it's the CPS. What was the numbers we're just looking at, though? That was right. This is from 2017. Isn't it interesting? So remember, the income doesn't include transfer payments like food stamps or anything either. All right, so it doesn't include Medicare, CAID, or anything like that. So just before you get, oh my goodness, the only mean income, mean is just the average. We're all going to go bankrupt, and yet they do surveys on retirees. The vast majority are quite satisfied. It's very, very weird. So let's go back. Look, I'm not trying to blow smoke up your butt. I'm just telling you the way it is, man. All these guys say, oh my goodness, is that we're all going to go back to work because we ran out of money. And it's just the evidence is sparse at best. I think the biggest trend, says some guy, has been happening for many years. Is sliding in retirement. It's like, what? I'm not going to work 40 hours. I'm going to work 30, 20, or 10. Exactly. And then they talk about higher income means higher taxes. Yeah, so be careful there. But anyway, I am not all that concerned about you going back to work after you're retired, because I still think you're retired. I do. I think going back to work makes sense. And it could be any. If Finney's going back to work, he's going back to work to jump on this chair again, because that's what he does. He jumps on his chair, go see mom. Bob jumps on the chair, go see mom. It's crazy. Anyway, so before you get all, oh my goodness, we only got $44,000. And then they say, well, Social Security average benefit is only $1,500. Boring. Anyway, I love your thoughts. We'll see you.